All right, good morning, everyone. We are here Wednesday morning pre-market. Quite an intensive day today. We have morning reports at 9 a.m., 30 minutes after market open Central, and then we have FOMC today at 2 Eastern, 1 Central. When we look at the chart today, we notice that the vol trigger has moved significantly lower down into the 42.19, 42.20 area. This is the price point where we remove ourselves from a negative feedback loop environment and can move forward with normal operations within the market. This is also the level that we would want to see broke and breached and held to start establishing long positions within the market. Here on the 1 hour, there is some volume below price. The node above is still a little bit larger than the one below. Typically, we want to see the point of control move down lower into the lower node, which would imply that there is enough force to move up and through the next node, basically trapping the above node. For this reason, it's really hard to establish a long here just under vol trigger. We would want to see price move a little bit lower. I would really like to see it move back down into this node of range to establish a little bit larger node before we have FOMC to move up and out. Obviously, it doesn't have to happen, but it would be preferred. To the downside, supports 02, 4181, and then down here into the must hold area 4155 to 4158. We also have a gap to fill that I've put down here closer to 4140, 4144, 45 area. And then to the top side, if we want to bounce out into a 4 hour. If we bounce out into the 4 hour, we have resistances, as mentioned, 4120, 4126.5, 4243.50. And then this next node of volume is 4260, 4270. If we do breach that node, it offers 4309 to 4318. If we want to check out the NASDAQ real quick, interesting look on NASDAQ here. We are actually breaching vol trigger here on NASDAQ. We tried several times in the past few days. Monday we tested. Yesterday we breached and failed. Today we're breaching again. I assume that we will see rotation around this price point until FOMC. Above price as resistance is 14,515 overnight high, 14,594, 14,656, and headed up. Don't mind this vol trigger. It's based on NDX, and there's not a lot of option flow. So this vol trigger is based on the QQQ ETF index, QQQ ETF. And so this is a more substantial level than the one up here. But just to give an idea on the price points, we do have this pretty big red box also above price that we need to consider. It is a justifiably large area for the market to take back. You can see the levels of resistance and just the size of the general node here. Even just being the shell for the base of this node, it is larger in relation than this node that we've been working on down here. And so for that reason, I would not expect for price to be able to make it through this on the first attempt. It may very well test into this, which still offers quite a bit of upside range. From current, you're still looking at about 230, 240 points up into that box. And so if we do make it up there, we'll want to watch the internals to make sure that we don't start to see things roll back down, as that would be the area where the bears or the downside would like to press to get that reversion back down into the 14,000s. But for now, as mentioned, we do have a bit of structural support underneath us. We have a very large node of volume. The one thing on the NASDAQ that interests me is the fact that we now have a gap to fill right here, and it just so happens to be at the 61.8. Confluence is always interesting, and I definitely find this interesting. I guess my point is that if we see some sort of upset or some sort of drawdown, it doesn't even have to be an upset, right? If we see some sort of move like this into FOMC that corrects this gap, this is definitely a decent buy point with a limited risk to get one of these back up and out. And so this will be kind of the pathway I'm watching for into FOMC. If Powell does not, quote unquote, upset the market. I assume that upsetting the market would mean talking about removing the easing that everybody is priced into mid 2024. I can't speak to what he's going to say, so I won't. So we'll just watch price action. We'll listen to his words, and we'll see what he has to say in the Q&A. But there's definitely upside room, though. As mentioned in ES, I'd like to get a drop back. I'd like to find a better entry price into this. This just seems all too standard, for lack of a better word. It seems all too calm heading into an event. So we'll see how this goes. But for now, we have support at 14,453 with first resistance at 14,594. Hope everybody has a great day. Play it safe, and see you back here later.